Okay, so at the start of each game, we've got 5 randomly selected pieces of each color. We have to determine which player plays which color. If you choose your side, you'll move second. If neither wants to pick a side, a color, you can rock, paper, scissors to see who gets which color and who moves first. Now in this case, I'm looking at these and the vulnerabilities I see are queen's going to take the bishop, the rook is going to take the bishop, and the knight might pose a threat. So the black looks like it's clearly in better shape to start off, but I really don't think it's enough of an advantage, so I don't care which side I get. Now my opponent clearly thinks black is better, so he chooses black, and that allows me to move first. Now, if I want to prevent the queen from taking the bishop, I can move the bishop off of here, and whatever populates, as long as it's not my king. If it's my king, I lose the game. But if you look over here, you'll see I've got pretty good odds that it won't be a king. But I'm not going to gamble. I'm just going to go ahead and move, take the easy, low-hanging fruit, and move this rook straight across. Now, my opponent, if he stays right here, my rook will not slide sideways and try to pick up a pawn. But I'm guessing he's going to come straight across here or pull his knight out. If you pull the knight out, if he pulls that knight out, he can cover 2 spots on my back row. So I don't know what he's going to do. So let's see what he decides to do. Okay, took the low-hanging fruit. So he just slid his queen straight across, took the easy piece. Now, what I'm looking at as red, since it's my turn, I am looking at if I can slide over here, I got access to 2 easy pieces. I'm going to assume the queen is going to be moving around as well. So I want to try to pick up these 2 knights. Knights are very useful in Hydra. They're, if you ask my opinion, they are more powerful than a rook or a bishop in this because of the small board size. So I'd love to slide over here and pick up these 2, and then I wouldn't care if I got. So I just want to get over here and get these 2 knights. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and take my, and slide next door. Now, I gambled poorly because there were 3 pieces, 1, 2, and the other rook. 3 pieces that could take me. If he had a pawn populate here, I was safe. If he had a bishop populate here, I'm safe. Okay, but I gambled and I lost. So I'm guessing, he can't allow me to stay here, so he's going to slide over and take my rook. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I lost that gamble. Now, what we got here is my number one concern, I do not want him sliding across and getting on the back row with his rook. Then he'll have his rook and queen, and they can go back and forth and just pick up pieces. So I do not want that coming across. Now, if I move this rook or this pawn up here, I can block his rook. But if something important appears here, it's going to be gone. At this point, I have to gamble. I don't see any other great move here. I could move this one and be safe, but I just don't see anything good coming of it. So I'm going to gamble, and I'm going to move this off, my pawn off the back row. There we go. Now what that does is it prevents him from easily taking this, either with his queen or with his rook. And I got lucky that a pawn populated it instead of my king or queen. Now, if I'm black, what I'm thinking of is maybe sliding the queen this direction. The problem with the queen sliding across the back row is we got to look at how many, 1, 2, and 3 pieces. There's only 3 pieces right now out of 9 that could take the queen if he slides sideways. So the queen slides over here. 3 pieces out of 9 can take the queen. But most people do not want to take that risk. So they're probably going to try something else. I'm guessing pull out it's not going to be that. Yeah, it's not going to be this knight, but it might be this knight. I don't see. Or he could just slide across with the bishop over here. Let's see what he does. Okay, he's got one of his knights pulled out here, covering the queen as well as the corner spot. Now, I would love to step up here and just try to scare off the knight, but then if something important appears here, it's lost. So I am gonna, what I also want to look at is if I can get a pawn right here, I'm gonna be in a good spot because I'm gonna be able to threaten that rook. Nobody will be able to stop me. It's gonna take 2 moves though, because 1 move, I'll move up to here. My next move will be there. So let's, I got nothing else going on. Yeah, let's do that. 1 more move and I can threaten his rook. Now, hasn't moved his queen because I think he's a little nervous about losing it. So I'm guessing the next one is going to be the knight is going to take this, or you could move the other knight out here. Let's see what they decide to do. All right. So now I would love to slide up here and threaten the rook just because I really have nothing else going on. If I move this up and a king or queen appears, I lose it. So I'm kind of pinned on either side here. I'm just going to move that pawn up and try to threaten his rook, give him at least some pressure. All right, now he's got to move this or lose it. And yeah, he's got 2 spots to put it. Let's see what he does. Let's just let him do the math. There we go. And if I don't do anything with this, he's just going to slide over, take it. So I'm going to at least get a pawn out of it. It'll turn into a queen, and I'll lose it immediately from one of these. But I've got to do something. I can't just sit there. So that's what I'm going to do. I can't tell you which of these he's going to take it with, but I can guarantee you he's going to take it. So let's see what he does. There you go. All right, now I might have to gamble. Since my bishop's pinned, I might have to gamble and pop this up. Now, if I put it up 2, I just lose it. If I put it up 1, let's see what happens. Let's be bold. It's just a pawn, right? Okay, so now he's either going to pick that free pawn up or... Yeah, I don't think he's going to be bold enough to slide this over because we're getting to the point now where I still have 3 pieces. And now it's going to be 3 pieces out of 7. So the odds, it's almost a 50-50 chance he's going to lose that queen if he slides. So I don't think the queen's going anywhere. Let's see what black decides. There you go. So black's taking the freebie, and that gives me a rook here. Now I can't slide the rook straight across. I'll just lose it. I can't slide it here and threaten the knight because he'll just take me with his or the queen. So I'm going to pop it up 1. Let's see what happens if I do that. There we go. Let's see. Let's talk about what now, it might be a trade. If he goes for the trade, I just slide back down and take it. But it's not under threat. So honestly, I don't know what black's going to do. Let's see what black does. Oh, now that was interesting and stupid because, and I'm not just saying that because my king populated, because look, if you get the queen here, now I got access to a rook. And if the rook moves over, I got access to a knight. So it was just a poorly planned, it just worked out bad luck, as I wish it. So I clearly want to pick up that queen. I don't see anything else to do. Yeah. Now, in this case, he can still swap. And if he does, I'm just going to slide over either that way or the king or with the rook. Let's see what black decides to do. Okay, went to the center. I have no reason not to take this. I have no reason, so I'm going to do that. Not even going to think about it. All right, and knight can't come up here because it'll be taken. Knight can't come there, it'll be taken. So, you know what, I'm going to let black decide, see what he wants to do. It'll be a surprise. There you go. I guess I should have seen that coming. Now I have 3 ways to block. I can either block with the rook. I can block with the... Okay, now if I block with the knight, I need to keep in mind, because look, I'm down to my last 2. If a queen, a 50-50 chance a queen shows up here. If I block with a knight and a queen shows up here, I'm going to be crying. So I'm not going to do that. I can either block with this rook, or I do have one other option, and I can Hydra castle. And the reason I can do that is I'm the only king on the board. When you're the only king on the board, or if your opponent has the only queen. So right now, I'm going to Hydra Castle. Now I'm not going to go to here. He'll just slide the rook over and put me in check, and then I'm screwed. I'm not going to do it here, obviously, because I'm in check already. Not going to do it here because he'll just slide over. I'm gonna Hydra Castle and try to get some cover. I don't know how well that's going to help me. Okay, so I've Hydra Castle, and now we got. You know what? Let's see. I'm not going to predict what black does. Let's see what black does. Okay. Yeah, I guess I should have seen that coming. All right, because I cannot take because I'm being covered by the rook. So in this case, I have to move off the back row, and I cannot move here. I have exactly one spot to move, so there's no point in talking about it and agonizing. I'm just going to move that off of there. Okay, I see. Now, black, of course, could take the rook, and it can also take the easy queen. Either if it takes the rook, it can get away with it because I'm in check and I have to move. I can move up here and threaten it with my king, but I would probably just take the easy queen. Let's see what black does. Yeah, okay, we got that. Now I am in check, and I'd love to get back in safety on the back row, so I'm just going to do that. I'm not even going to take time thinking about that. I don't want to be out in the open when he's got two rooks. So now black is going to get a free. Yep, they're going to get a free knight, or, well, let's see what else they got planned. Let's see what black does. Okay, so he's going to block. Oh, that's right, he's covering his king. Duh. All right, I thought maybe he's trying to sneak in here and get a knight eventually. But he's trying to block, keep his king protected. That makes perfect sense. Let's, okay, yeah, let's do that. Move this pawn straight up. Now I'm threatening his rook. Let's see if he wants to lose that or if he's got a brilliant plan. I'm not even going to call it. And wow, now that's it. Okay, so bishop from the corner, going to take that. I cannot take it back because that'll put me right in check. So I'm kind of pinned. I'm going to move up and threaten. Yes, I'm going to move up and threaten the bishop. And let's see. If I had to venture a guess here, I don't see the bishop benefiting anything there. And I don't see that. Honestly, I think he's going to have to retract. Let's see. What does black choose? Oh, now this is interesting. Black moved the pawn up. He's only got pawns left. He wants to threaten this spot, clearly, because then he can get with the rook or the bishop. And we are playing with the Hydra pieces. Hydra pieces will appear after your last pieces on the board. Now in this place, black should have seen this come. Now, black is not familiar, obviously, with the Hydra. It has not been around long enough. But the Hydra comes on at the end of the game. And there is a pause, a hesitation before it hits the board. But now it hits the board, and it moves like a snake. So it slithers diagonally, left and right, left and right. And that's my in right there. So I just won the game. Let's show you what the options are for the Hydra. There we go. All right, so my Hydra now can attack any of these green spots. Each one is a slither motion. You have to stop as soon as you hit a piece. But if there's an open octagon, you can keep going until you hit a piece. So that's where I can go this way as long as I go left, right, or right, left. And so and it can kill a piece of either color, red or black. So in this case, I've got the open move. I'm going to take it, and it's game over. I thought I was outgunned. Black was not familiar enough with the Hydra piece. It's fairly new. So that one ended up going in my favor. Now, you're welcome to try this. It's on the Try It tab at playhydra.com. Thanks for watching.